One of my very favourite stitching techniques, and one of the first things I normally show people when they start using these techniques, is for leaves and grasses and things like that. So very often you'll find in your machine stitches like, and I'm going to go into the quilt section here, feather stitches, things like this, or this is a particular favourite, and you can see it's a particular favourite because in yellow, look, this is my favourite stitch setting, because what I like to do is start it narrow at the top and then fatten it out as I go down. So I start with it thin. So let me show you what I mean by that. So if I start stitching this is my width setting, so I'm going to keep my finger here, and every couple of stitches I'm just going to take that width up, and then I can also gently maneuver it. So I've gone up to 6, so if I stop there and just show you, but what I've now got, let's get you in focus, is that it starts thin and it fattens out exactly as a plant would do. So the faster you fatten it up, so if I start again, so because I've got my favourite stitch setting here, I'm just going to go on to another stitch and then go back into it, and boom, there it's back to my setting, so I don't have to reset every time. But off we go again, and as I say, I'm going to just keep it on there, so that has fattened up a lot quicker, and I've taken it all the way to 9. Again, what helps when doing grasses and things like that is to shape it. So there we go. So I've got this one where it's side by side, slightly different effect. You've got things like this again, where I can change that setting. So I'm going to take that down quite small again. So look, this one's upside down, so I need to bear that in mind when I'm stitching with these things. So all things like that. Now I'm lucky because I've got mirroring on this machine, so to get it the same direction as I was going, I can just do that, and there we go. So putting on something quite narrow. So I've got my finger ready. If you're on like the 9480 or the 6700, you've got dials, which makes this process much more simple to do. So like I say, I'm just going to gently maneuver it, not too much. So that's it, just as is. Now let's, because I forgot to fatten it out. So now, see what happens, look, as I actually start to play with those settings. Looks better. Now this, I think, looks a bit weird because there's no centre to it. So what I would normally do if I'm doing like a grassy stitch, I'm going to go back in to something like my triple stitch and then just take that all the way down the centre, remembering to follow the line because I have just gently manoeuvred that around. So that you get that effect. So these are my sort of basic grasses. Now, if you're lucky, in your decorative stitches, you should actually have some leafy stitches, proper leafy stitches. So the one that I use probably the most is in my decoratives, it's number 15. This one here, and it is on quite a lot of machines with decorative stitches. So it's actually a filled in leaf. You can get a leaf that's not satin stitched, an open leaf, and then this filled in one. So I am going to take that down, stitch width. So I'm on about 4 there. As I say, I'm going to then save that in my favourite stitch settings for this process, because I want to start at that every time. And then, as I say, I'm just going to gradually increase, and I'll do it every couple of leaves, so not all the way down, because I want to give it time to actually complete those leaves. So there we go, we're up to, yeah, we're pretty much up to 9 now. So I'm going to just finish that whole one. So I've pressed the lock stitch. There we go. So this is what I've got here. So in one of the blocks on the quilt, and I'll put a picture up here, I've used this technique in the corner. Now, because I'm using this same sort of embroidery pattern on this block over and over, I'm going to do it slightly differently, because what I can do is save it as a pattern. So instead of doing it organically like I would do in a pictorial something or other, I'm going to actually save it as a stitch pattern, because I'm going to use this over and over and over again. So to do that, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to put in 1 stitch at a time. So I'm going to put in 5 little sets of these stitches, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There we go. And then I can go back and change the width on each one. So I'm going to do a 4, then I'm going to do a 5, it's a bit over a 5. Just look at the whole thing. There we go. Next one, I'm going to take that one up to about 7. Next one along. So you can see in this picture exactly what is happening. So up to 8, and then that last one, I'm going to take it all the way up to 9. So this is the petal that I'm looking at. So the other thing that's really key here is, because I'm going to repeat and repeat and repeat, I'm going to also put in a lock stitch. So if you've got a memory setting rather than a screen, basically you put in each stitch, change the settings on the width, memory, put the next one in, change the width, memory. So you do it as an actual stitch pattern, and then don't forget to also add a lock stitch and add that into the memory, because what's then going to happen is that every time we stitch this out, it will be exactly the same. So on the particular project I'm doing, I've got quite a lot of these petals, so I'm going to use this same pattern on repeat, oh gosh, about 15-16 times. So being able to save that as it is means that I then don't have to sort of think about what I'm doing every time I do it. So if I can either measure it with a ruler or literally just lay it on here, I can see that that's going to fit down the middle of my actual block. Can you see it? Look, I've already couched it as well. So if I now stitch this out, it's going to automatically stop. As I come down. There we go, perfect. And it fits perfectly inside my design. And as with the other stitches, what I could then do is go through the center again with that triple stitch, because that will fatten up, and then I can take that down to the bottom of my actual petal. You'll notice as well that by doing that, if you do your leaves in a different colour and then you do green through the centre, you can do lavender, you can do, it looks so pretty. If you look at the picture up here, I'll show you exactly what I mean. So 2 processes. So I'll do all of my leaves first, change the colour, and then go back through with that triple stitch. Okay, but as I say, this is definitely one of those techniques. If you've got that leafy stitch, or the other ones, the where has it gone? These ones as well, they just look so lovely, and especially if you mix them together as well, you can get some really lovely effects with that.